Okay, so after going through the triage framework, the messenger frameworks, how to do appointment setting, how to book those calls, how to have conversation in the DMs, how to have conversations in the triage call, the overall thing was to do or book the strategy session or a sales call with your client where you gather or identify their gap and root cause of their problem and pitch your offer at the sales call. That we are going to see the sales call framework in the next module. But in this module, we have seen everything about the appointment setting, how to make an attempt to book those sales call using the triage way and using the messenger way, right? But while having these kind of conversations, you need to follow up with some prospects, right? So this lesson is all about following up with your messenger and triage conversations. Mostly messenger conversations, because triage conversations, you don't need a follow up because you're on a call and there is a two-way conversations. But in the messenger, in the DMs, you have one-side conversations. Eventually, you need to understand that your conversation will fall off at some point. The other person will not reply or they will ignore you. All those things will happen. So that's what we are going to see in this lesson, following up with messenger conversations. So what we are covering the objective, how to follow up, and some rule of thumb. So the objective, let's understand the objective, that you must follow up with the people who go quiet, who ignore you, and who leave you on a read or unseen. Like you send the message, they have seen it, read it, but they don't reply to you. Okay. But you need to also remember the one thing, that people get busy like we do. Okay. So they're messaging you when they're at the gym or at the work or at the park. And so if someone doesn't get back to you, don't just assume. Don't assume that the person doesn't want to talk with you. Don't assume that the person is not interested. Don't assume that the person don't want to talk with you. Don't assume yourself. Okay. You can be respectfully aggressive. Yes, respectfully aggressive. So if someone leaves you on a scene, if they see in your message, they read your message, and again they haven't replied, you can respond to them after 1 hour. Just send them one reactivation message. You can do this only if you are having a back and forth conversation with them from a long time, right? If they still ignore you over the coming 24 hours or 72 hours, 48 hours, then send them following messages. Reacting messaging separated from 24 hours. Like 24 hours you can send a message, then again 24 hours you can send them the reactivation message, then again after 24 hours you can send them a reactivation message. So how to follow up? So if the prospects ghost you, don't take it personally and just follow up with them, right? Give them 60 minutes, then send one of this following message. You can just send the question mark or the waiting GIF you can send. Okay, you can say just bumping this to the top of your inbox. Your goal is to just get a reply of what you just sent them, right? So after 24 hours, if they still don't reply, send one of the following. Are you alive? LOL. Ghost GIF, you can say. Don't ghost me, LOL. Love, like their content on their profile stories to give them a reminder to get back to you on the messenger as well. Okay, after 48 hours, you can send waiting GIF. After 72 hours, just bumping this top of your inbox. So this is how you follow up with them time to time, after 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, 96 hours. But follow up. Okay, most of the clients fail because they don't follow up. They send a message, they assume that they are not interested in talking with me and they leave that lead, right? So don't do that. Just follow up every 24 hours if you can. And you must do this, okay? And after 7 days, if they don't still reply, send them the following message. Hey, since you did not reply to my previous message, do you have any feedback for myself on how I could have improved this conversation? Or love or like, react their content and stories and give them a reminder to get back to you, okay? Wait for 1-2 weeks to reignite a new conversations, and you can start the new conversations like, how's your week been? How's your day? This kind of a message you can send, but keep on following up with them and make sure you, while following up, you are engaging with them on their content and replying to their stories. Stories is the best way. You can like their stories, react their stories, replies to their stories that can directly jump into their DMs. And this is where you can reignite or reactivate your conversation, right? You can also be a little aggressive and challenge them especially if they are already told you details of what they are struggling with. Now, if some client is already opened up with you, they have already told you their problems, their issues, and they are still ignoring you can be still aggressive, but respectfully aggressive. You can say, dude, what's with all this leaving me on scene? Are you actually committed to the desired situation or the pain points they have mentioned? Okay. Then again, you can follow up with a prospect if they didn't book a call within 24 hours. So if you send the calendar link after having all the conversations and they didn't book a call, you can say, hey, did you find a time that works for you? Okay. These kind of messages you can send and follow up with the people. So the rule of thumb is, if after you send 3 messages in a row, within a 24 hours period, you need to stop. Now you're going to appear too spammy, right? And if they genuinely don't want to talk to you, just move on to the another lead, another ideal client. But if they're busy, they'll get back to you in the future. Okay, they might get back to you after a week. They might get back to you after months. Follow for a week after 24 hours of time spam, but you have to be respectful. You also make sure that you don't appear too spammy. So understand these aspects. This document is also attached at the end of this module or below this lesson. So go through this lesson and follow up with your ideal clients. Don't leave them like that. Have a mindset that you are helping them, not selling them anything, so that you will utilize this follow-up session as well, right? I'll see you in the next lesson where we are going to try how to handle the objections that you're going to get inside the DMs, right? So we'll look after that.